Yo guys, what is up? It's Benji here, and I'm bringing you a tutorial in Sony Vegas today, and it's going to be on render settings. So, basically I'm going to prep you guys, and show you what to do when you need to render something, and these are the best settings that I believe, and I use them all the time. So, to get started, I'll just bring in some, something to edit, or not really edit, but render. Let's go, let's just do, here. So I'm just gonna put this into Sony Vegas. Alright, so basically we got our clip here, and what you're going to want to do is right click on the clip, go down to properties, uncheck maintain aspect ratio, and disable the resample, and then click OK. If you have multiple tracks, say you're like this, and then like that, and that, whatever, what you can do is you can right click on the first one and then select events to the end, and that'll just highlight every clip in, or every track in that one track. So all these are selected, you just right click, but then you're gonna have to go to switches instead. You can't go to properties. So yeah, and then if you have multiple tracks, you just do the same thing, right click, and then yeah. So once you have that all done, get rid of that, it's kind of messy. Once you have that all done, you can either select the region you want to render while using the loop selection tool. Like for example, whenever Sony Vegas renders, it stops at when the video ends. So say like, I could just extend this. If I had this audio out like here, what Sony Vegas would render is up until here, because it notices that, oh, there's no more video, I'm just gonna stop. So in case you want some audio extending or going longer, you're just going to select the region that you want to choose here. So yeah, I'll just show you that there. So we have this. Quickly, I want to go into here, even though it doesn't really matter. What I like to have here is this template selected, the HD 720 60p, which is 1280 by 720, 59.94 frames per second. Just that, and then the frame rate, turn that off. Pixel format 8-bit. Full resolution rendering quality is best. Then let's go to audio. Resample and stretch quality is best. Bit depth is 16. Sample rate is 48,000. Make sure it's at stereo. And yep, so that's what I have there. Let's go into the render. You can click on this little button with the blue squiggly lines and the little film in the back, or you can go to File, Render As. So I'm just gonna go here. Takes a little while for me to open it. Okay, so we have this window here. So basically, for default, you'll have all these selections open. Just let me close this off. You have all these selections. Really, there's only about 2 or 3 things you can use to render that are good quality. One is WMV here. You can choose that. Or you can choose Sony AVC MVC, or or you can choose main concept ABC AAC. What I use is this one right here, and if we scroll down, you come across Internet HD 1080p and Internet HD 720p. For YouTube videos like montages and stuff, you're going to want to use Internet HD 720p. Don't bother going up to 1080p because no one records in 1080p except for people with Blackmagics. So if you have a regular Hauppauge HD PVR, you're recording in 720p. So what you can do is you can give it a star, which is your favorite, and then you can select this box, and then it only shows those that you favorited. So what I did is I had it highlighted, and then I came down to customize template, and I clicked on that, and this box comes up, and basically what we want to do here is change the frame rate, change it to 59.94, and then we're going to want to change the maximum BPS to 14 million, and same with this to 14 million. Make sure you have variable bitrate selected and not constant. Let's see, and then we're going to want to go to audio. Sample is 48,000, and then bitrate is 192. Make sure you do have this checked off, because if you don't, you won't record audio. So we'll just you just want to save it as a template. What I did was I saved it as Internet HD 720p 60 frames per second. So yeah, I don't know why, but it's not showing zeros. It has been doing that for a while, so just don't bother. Those blank spaces are zeros. So once you're all done with that, and you have your template selected, you just scroll down here, and remember when I was talking about the loop selection here, this blue highlighted area is where you want it to be rendered. You come down to render options. I don't know if this is open or closed, and then you select render loop region only, which will render the loop that you've had selected here. And then if your video isn't as big as the full entire screen, say you have like black bars on the side, you can select stretch video to fill output frame size, which will stretch the video so it fills the whole screen, but I don't need that. So yeah, that's basically it. And then what you're going to want to do is just save it somewhere. I'm just going to save it to my desktop. Alright, so I'm just going to put it on desktop. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it for this tutorial. What I do recommend is that you come to your task manager. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to right click on the bar, the task bar here, and hit start task manager, and this will open. Make sure you're in processes, and you're going to want to look for Sony, or you're going to want to look for like Vegas, something like that. Yeah, Vegas 110, which is Vegas 11.0, right up here. And you're going to want to right click on it and come to set priority. And if you're not going to be doing anything while this is rendering, I recommend closing everything out but Sony Vegas and setting the priority to high. It'll render a lot faster, but you won't be able to do anything on your computer because your computer will just be on meltdown once you have this selected. Your mouse would be all glitchy unless you have a ton of RAM. But if you are doing something while you're rendering, I might suggest selecting below normal or low, so it renders slower, but you can also do stuff while it's rendering. So you can be on like Minecraft or any other application. I wouldn't recommend Cinema 4D just because it takes up a lot of RAM, or After Effects. So yeah, that's how you do it. If you have any questions, guys, leave it in the comments below. I try my best to answer all the questions that people post in the comments. So that's it for me here, and I'm out. Peace.